Good morning to all. My name is Anjali Vishwakarma. I'm professor of SART Bhopal. In my today's PPT, I will going to give a basic knowledge about the computer. So my topic name of today's PPT is Introduction of Computer. So I will start from this word computer, that is computer. If I divide this word in two parts, that is compute and ER. So compute means to calculate something or for calculation. So here basically computer when come, they are basically used for computation purpose in which we perform arithmetic operations. Now computer used for other purpose as well. So if I'm talking about the definition of computer, then it is an electronic machine because without electricity it can't work. So the basic definition of computer, it is that a computer is an electronic machine. If I'm talking about the processing of data, processing of computer, then it firstly we will give input with the help of input device, that is keyboard, mouse, and after giving input, this data is processed by the CPU. After processing, it will store data in a memory in which there are two memory, that is primary memory and secondary memory. Here we store the data for the permanent basis, for the temporary basis accordingly, and after that we can see the result in the output devices. So this is what the processing of computer. So computer can perform both simple and complex operation in very few time. So now the second is the characteristics of computer. So there are the different types of characteristics of computer, that is diligence, versatility, accuracy, storage capacity, and speed. One by one I will discuss. So first I will start from the speed. So computer works with the high speed, like it can process 3 to 4 million instructions per seconds. So if I hire a person, then it takes too much time to process data. In place of person, if I do the same work with the help of computer, then it can process data in very short time. Now the accuracy, in place of computer, if I hire a person, so it do lots of mistake and result. There's not so much chances where we can get the accurate result, but if with the help of computer, it will give the accurate result. So this is the second characteristics of computer. Now the diligence, it means computer can work day to night, night to day without tiredness, and if the person do the work, after some time it will tired and it can be distracted one. But if the computer do the work, it works with full of concentrations. So this is the third characteristics of computer. Now the next one is versatility. It means computer not work in one place, it can work many other places as well, like in railway station for the reservation purpose, in hotels for the booking purpose, in banks for the accounting purpose, in for weather forecasting. I will give the information regarding weather, and many more other places where we can use computer. So this is the next characteristic, that is versatility, in which computer can be used many places. Now the storage capacity, as we all know that computer used everywhere, in hotels, school, colleges, companies. So there are the different types of players where we use computers. So here a large amount of data, so this large amount of data need to be stored. So here computer provide a storage capacity where we can store large amount of data. Now the next one is the classification of computer. So we can classify computer based on some things, like we can classify based on signals, we can classify based on purpose, we can classify based on size and speed. So here I will firstly I will discuss here the classification based on signals. So there are the three types of computer, that is digital, analog, and hybrid computer. If I'm talking about the hybrid computer, then it is combination of digital computer and hybrid computer. Digital computer and analog computers. This is what the hybrid computer. Here I will discuss the digital computer. Here we use binary numbers for representation of data, that is 0 and 1. 0 1 is called binary values. So in digital computer we use binary value, that is 0 and 1. So today's generation use the digital computer. Now the second one is analog computer. Here we use continuous waveform to represent data. So there are different types of data, like if we want to represent temperature, pressure, voltage, so here we use analog computer, which represent data in continuous waveform. So this is what the analog computer. So they both looks like that. Digital computer, as we all know, we use the digital computers, and these are the diagram of analog computer. So now the next one is that we can classify based on operations. So there are four types. There are four basic there are three basic parts of computers, that is micro, mini, mainframe, supercomputer. They are classified based on size and types and speed. So this is what the diagram of computers, that is microcomputer and mini computer, are smaller in size and cheap. If I'm talking about the supercomputer and mainframe computer, they are complex, expensive, fast, and they are used for this special purpose. Now these are the diagrams of computer. So supercomputer is a larger in size as compared to other computers. So if I'm talking about the microcomputers, then they are low cost single user computer. They consist of CPU, input output device, memory, and software. They are stand-alone machines. And if I'm talking the examples of this type of computer, so laptop, tablet, handheld computers, smartphones are example of microcomputer. So they all are look like that. Now the mini computer that are provide the higher speed as compared to microcomputer. They are generally used in multi-user system where lots of user works in a single system. That's called multi-user, where lots of users do the work at the same time. So it can support 4 to 200 users simultaneously. And if I'm talking the example of mini computers, so PDP-11, IBM 8000 series are example of mini computer. So the next one is mainframe computer, that is multi-user, multitasking, multi-programming computer. It can operate data on high speed and have large storage capacity. And in this we use dumb terminal. So the user accesses the mainframe computer via terminal, that may be a dumb terminal, as intelligent terminal, or a PC. So this is what the mainframe computer. Now the supercomputer is basically used for the spatial purpose. If I'm talking about the spatial purpose, so my supercomputer are used for the research purpose, weather forecasting, for the biological purpose, aircraft design. So these are the applications of supercomputer. They are higher in speed and expensive and large in size, but they are process data in a faster mode. So they are basically faster as compared to other computers. So this is what the classification of computer. Now the next one is registers. As we all know that whenever we want to write something, we use register, where we can store data, and this data is used for the next and future time. So here the same with the register, computer register are same as the other register, in which we store the data. So there's a, whenever we do the execution and when we perform some calculation or execution when processing, so here we have to store the data after some steps. So these different types of registers we use to store data, like accumulator, instruction register, program counter, memory address register, memory buffer register, and data register. They are individual quality, like they can store different things in their registers. Like if I'm talking about the program counter, then it contains the address, and memory register contains the address. Memory buffer register contains temporary storage place, where we can store data for the temporary basis. And in data register we store the operands. Accumulator store the arithmetic and logical operation, and instruction register contains current instruction that most recently faced. So this is what the types and categories of register, where we can store data for the temporary basis. And when we do the programming, so here need to store intermediate results. So here we use these types of things. So they are registers in which we use wires, conductors. So here this is a diagram of register. Now the short forms registers. The short form of register are DR, SCC, MAR, MBR, PC, and IR. So here I divide the two parts. That is, memory is divided into part, that is primary memory, secondary memory, cache memory, and register. These are the memories where we store the data according to our choices, according to our need. We use these things to storing data. As if I want to store data for the permanent basis, here we use magnetic tapes, magnetic disk, optical disk. And when we want to store data for the temporary purpose, so here we use man memory. If we want a fast memory, then we use cache, and for the intermediate result we use registers. So this is the categorization of memory, that is secondary memory and semiconductor memories. So the secondary memories are memory where we can store data for the permanent basis, and these are the semiconductor memories are registers, cache memory, and primary memory. So registers are the category of semiconductor memories. So the next and last thing of this PPT is software. So software are those that we can touch. We can say that software are those parts of computer that we can touch, and hardware are those part of the system that we cannot touch. I mean, those part that we can touch are called hardwares, and those part that we cannot touch are called software. So these both things are used in a computer, that most widely used things and most important things of the computers. So we can classify softwares into part, that is hardware, system software and application software. So firstly I will tell about the system software. So those software that are come with the systems are called system software. They are inbuilt. The operating system example of system softwares. Now the application software, generally if I give, firstly I will give the example of application software, that is MS Office. Generally we use MS Office, so this is what the application software. Generally application software we downloaded, and they basically use for creating documents, especially database publications and many other works. So this is what the application software that we downloaded and used to solve the issues and want to work easy. So here we use application software. So now the software we can divide in two parts, that is system software and application software. So again the application software divided in two parts, that is general purpose system softwares and specific purpose softwares. And again we can classify system software, that is system management programs and debugging softwares. So again there are different types of this general purpose software, that is word processor, presentation, spreadsheet and image editor. Same as debugging software have their types, that is programming language, translator, linker loader, and these are what the diagram, and this is the bifurcation of software. So without these four things we cannot work on a computer. So here is need to operating system, hardware, application software and user. These four things are used in a system where we can work on these four things. So this is what the computers in our portion. Here we use as our operating system, hardwares, application software and users. So this is what the diagram. Now thank you.